addition of two matrix. Like that, we have to identify the resultant matrix and put in the C. So input size matters for every algorithm. According to the algorithm, we have to decide the input size. Next to that, what is the basic operation we have to perform in the algorithm? Whether it is the addition of two numbers, C is equal to A plus B, you have to give. If it is a subtraction of two numbers, C is equal to A minus B. A multiplication, as I told, C is equal to A into B. Like that, you have to give the proper basic operation, then only it will just identify the results properly. So identifying the basic operation for the given problem is very important. According to the problem, you have to think the basic operation. I want to display the asterisk symbol in the form of triangle. So what and all the for loops you have to use for that? What the logic you have to think? All these things, the basic logic will become under basic operation. Next to that, check whether the number of times the basic operation is executed depends only on the size of the input. So here, number of times whatever we are having, how much time the basic operation will be executed, that is the that will be depends on the size of the input. For example, I want to find the multiplication for two different numbers. So it will go for a single execution. So one time it will execute the basic operation. That is mean by C is equal to A into B. So C is equal to A into B is the particular operative code that will be executed for a single time, and we will get the output. In this case, I want to display the two table multiplication table of 2 until 10. So 1 into 2 is equal to 2, 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Like that, I want to display until 10. So we are having the basic operation, the same basic operation we are having. So the same basic operation will be executed for 10 times because we are need for the 10 table, 2 table until 10. So the basic operation will be executed for 10 times. So the number of times basic operation will be executed depends on the size of the input. So I want to make it for 10 times so that it's executing for 10 times. If I want to need for 20 until 20 into 2 equals to make it for 50, 50 into 2, 100. So in this case, it will be also increased. So according to our basic operation, what we are making, it will be increase the particular statements. Sorry students, there was a error, technical error. Okay, so here we discussed on the number of times of execution, how much time depends on the input size. So based on that, it will decide whether it's come under worst case, average case, or best case. So worst case efficiency it's going, or best case efficiency it's going, or average case efficiency it's going. So worst case and best case, worst case and average case will be investigated separately, and best case efficiency will be investigated in separate manner. So here, number of times the basic operation is executed. So how much time the basic operation is executed, that will decide on the time complexity of the algorithm, as I told already. So we are having a algorithm, and for that algorithm, what is the time complexity we have to decide. How much time the particular algorithm's basic operation is executing, because every time the entire code will not execute. The well, if you are taking a C program, stdio.h, conio.h, all these things we will write in the starting of the program, that are said to be header files. Header files will not execute for all the time. And we are having a main function, void main we are writing. Void main will not execute for all the time. Inside the void main, we are writing some for loops, and we are writing the basic operation. The basic operation is in the sense, for solving the particular problem, we are writing the formula. The formula in sense C is equal to A plus B for addition, for matrix multiplication, matrix of A plus matrix of B, that will be stored in the resultant matrix, matrix of C, like that. So all these things, what we are doing, that will become under the basic operation of a program. In this case, set up a set of expression that will be what is the sum of expression that will decide the basic operation, the number of execution of the basic operation, that will directly depends on the time complexity. Now, standard formulas and rules of the sum manipulation, either to find a closed form of formula for the count, at least very least, establishing its order of growth. So whatever the standard formula, rules, and manipulations we are doing, that will establish the sum of its growth. So for example, we are dealing with single array. For dealing with single array, we are using big O of 1. Last class we discussed. When we are going for two arrays, if we are discussing, that will be go on big O of n. So when we are dealing with single array, we are making with big O of 1. When we are dealing with multiple arrays, mean by two arrays, we are dealing with O of n. When we are dealing with more than one array or multiple arrays, mean by three different arrays, if we are dealing with n square, we are making actually. Sorry, single array we are making big O of n. For multiple arrays, we are making O of n square. Like that, if your array size is increasing, according to that, the big O n will be increased. So like that, order of growth will be increased for every time whenever you are making your array size as different and using different number of arrays. So as I told, we will discuss with three different non-recursive functions. First, we are dealing with a single array. So this is the algorithm for single array. Please listen carefully. Max element we are identifying. Max element in the particular array we are identifying. For that, this is the algorithm. Max element mean by what? The largest element in the array. For that, we are declaring a max element, and we are just passing the array. The array name is A, that is start from 0 to n minus 1. So array will be start from 0 until n minus 1 we are doing. So this is the max element declaration. So max element is the method name, A of 0 until n minus 1. So this is the array declaration. Next to this is, what is the necessity of the algorithm we have to make? What is the purpose of this writing this algorithm? What is the purpose? Determining the value of largest element in the given array. So determining the value, what is the largest element in the particular array. For that, we are identifying the value. For that reason, we are writing this array, writing this algorithm. Okay. Next to this, what is the input of this particular array? Array mean by we have to give integers, real numbers. We have to give us input in this particular problem. We should not get the input as characters. We should not get the input as strings. For those inputs, this particular program will not work, because we have to use only the real numbers so that you can get the output properly. So what is the input they are writing? An array a of 0 until n minus 1 of real numbers we have to give. So we have to give a proper real numbers so that your algorithm will be executed fine. Output for this particular program, mean by a particular algorithm, is the value of the largest element in the A. So in the entire array, if you are having array size is 5, so A of 5 we are giving. So A of 0 will be 5, A of 1 will be 10, A of 2 will be 15, A of 3 will be 20, A of 4 will be 25. So 0 to 4, A of 5 mean by array size is 5. So array starts from 0, 0 to 4 we are taking. So A of 0 will be 5. 5 is the element stored in the array, position 0. So A of 0 is 5, A of 1 is 10, A of 2 is 15, A of 3 is 20, A of 4 is 25. So in this case, it will match each and every value and identifies 25 is the maximal value. 25 is the largest number in the array that will be displayed as output. So you have to write the way you have to determine what the problem written for, what is the input for that particular problem, what is the output for this particular problem. All these things you have to decide. This is very important while you are writing the algorithm. Whatever the algorithm you are writing in the examination, you have to write the purpose of the algorithm. You have to write the input for the algorithm. You have to write the output for the algorithm. So next to that, we are just deciding the max value. We are starting the algorithm from here. So max val mean by a temporary variable we are creating, and in that variable we are just making our a of 0th value position. A of 0, as I told, we are having 5, because as I told, a of 0 is 5, a of 1 is 10, a of 2 is 15, a of 3 is 20, a of 4 is 25. So in this case, a of 0 is 5, that will be stored in the max val. So this max val variable will be updated for every time whenever you are finding a new value that is greater than the max value. I hope you got it. So we are checking with the first element to the second element to the third element, like that, vice versa. We are checking one by one which element is the maximum element. So it will be updated, and your max value variable will be changing each and every time. Okay. So what is the last max value element? That is the largest element we are printing. Okay. Now we are writing a for loop for I tends to 1. I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. So n minus 1 mean by what? From I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, we are executing the for loop. Why we are not taking 0? Because 0th element we are already stored in the max val. So that we are not comparing. So that we are directly taking here. So a of I greater than max val. So a of I, the first element we are checking. If the first element is greater than the max val element, what is the first element value? Can anybody tell me? As I told on array, no, what is the first element value? A of 1. Students, can anyone tell me what is the first element? A of 1 value?
10.
A of 1 value is 10. Very good. 10 greater than, what is the max val value? What is the max val value? A of 0th value?
5.
A of 0th value? 5. Very good. Very good. So 10 greater than 5. Condition is true or false, students? 10 greater than 5. True. So what happens? A of 1 will be stored in the max val. So A of 1 value is what? A of 1 value is what?
10.
10. 10 will be stored in max val now. Okay. Again it will go. So I value will be incremented. I value will be incremented, and I value will be now 2. A of 2 greater than max val. What is A of 2 value? What is A of 2 value, students?
15.
15. Very good. 15 greater than max val. What is the max val currently now? What is the Maxwell value currently?
10.
10. Very good. So 15 greater than 10. 15 greater than 10, condition is true or false?
True.
True. So what is the Maxwell value will be updated? A of 2 will be stored in Maxwell. A of 2 value will be what?
15.
A of 2 value. 15 will be updated in the Maxwell. Now Maxwell value will be 15. Again the for loop will be iterate. Now I value become 3. So A of 3 greater than Maxwell. What is the value in A of 3? A of 3.
20.
A of 3. 20. 20 greater than Maxwell. What is the old current Maxwell value? What is the current Maxwell value?
15.
15. So 20 greater than 15. Very good. So here A of 3 will be stored in Maxwell. So A of 3 value is what actually? A of 3 value.
20.
20 will be stored in Maxwell. So next iteration, the I value will be incremented to 4. A of 4 greater than Maxwell. A of 4 is what actually? A of 4.
25.
25 greater than 20. 25 greater than 20 is true or false? 25 greater than 20 is true or false? Condition is true or false?
True.
True. So what happens? A of 4 will be stored in Maxwell. A of 4 is 25. That will be stored in Maxwell. So finally, we are getting the largest number of this algorithm as 25. So it will return the 25 to the calling place. So where we called, there we will retrieve the 25 and that will be displayed as output. So this is the way of algorithm. For this algorithm, we are writing the notation way. So notation way C of n is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, because we are identifying the size of the array from 1 to n minus 1, and we are just having n minus 1 belongs to big theta of n. So here this is the asymptotic notation for the given algorithm. So the algorithm's notation will be written like that. So given algorithm having best case, worst case and average case, and we are writing with the algorithm in the form of n minus 1. So next to this, we are having the second algorithm. Second algorithm identifies the unique elements. So unique elements in the given array. So what and all the unique elements we are having, and we have to check whether the algorithm, whether the particular array having duplicate of the values. For example, array size is 5. Let's take the same array size. A of 0 contains, please note down, if you from that you can repeat the answer. So A of 0 is 5. A of 2 is, A of 1 is 10. A of 2 is 15. A of 3 is 20. A of 4 is 15 again. A of 4 is 15 again. We have to identify that A of 3 also 15. A of 2 also 15. A of 4 also 15. So that the identification you have to do. That is the work of this particular algorithm. So what is the purpose of this algorithm? Determine whether all the elements in the given array are distinct. So whether it is same element, distinct element, we have to identify in the given array. So as per our problem, we are having A of 3 is 15, A of 2 is 15 and A of 4 is 15. So these two elements are 15. So we have to identify whether that element, which position it's same, that we have to identify. So what we are doing here, we are taking the array, input is the size of the array, an array A of 0 to n minus 1. So A of 0 to n minus 1 we have to identify. So here we have to take the output. It returns true if all the elements in the A are distinct, false otherwise. If all the elements in the particular array is same, if it is same means it will return false, otherwise it will return true. That is the way they are writing the algorithm. So here first for loop, we are writing two for loops because we have to check the array in two ways. So A of I and A of j, we have to give A of I of 0 and A of j of 0 First it will check, then it will increment the value, like that it will go on. So let's go into the algorithm. You please listen properly. For I is equal to 0 to n minus 2 do. So we are doing n minus 2 here for the first one. We are making the I value. So I value will be a of we are making the first particular algorithm first array will be 0 to 5, 4. Am I correct? Because the array size is 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally 5 elements it will be there. So what we are doing for the first for loop we are starting from 0. Please keep in mind, first for loop we are starting from 0 to n minus 2. N minus 2 mean by what? What is the size of the array? Size of the array is 5. So 5 minus 2, what happens? So 0, 1, 2 will be taken. So 0, 1, 2 will be taken. 4 and 5 will not be taken for this particular iteration. So 0, 1, 2, the first for loop will be, that is it will be outer for loop. That will be executed for 3 times, 0, 1 and 2. Second for loop, that is inner for loop. Inner for loop, what we are doing? J tends to I. J tends to I plus 1. So we are incrementing the I value. I value will be 0 only. I value will be start from 0. That is the starting of the array position. I plus 1 mean by we are starting from 1. So J value will be initially 1 and it will be execute until n minus 1. N minus 1 mean by what? It will be execute until 4. Because n value is 5. So 5 minus 1 it's 4. So J tends to I plus 1. So it will be start from 1 to 4. So that is the iteration of second for loop. So what we are doing here first time. So if A of I is equal to A of J. So A of I is equal to A of J. A of I, what is the value in A of I? Can anyone tell me? What is the I value here for first iteration? Students?
0.
What is the I value for first iteration? 0. Very good. A of 0. A of 0 is equal to A of J. What is the J value of first iteration?
1.
1. Very good. A of 0 is equal to A of 1. What is the value in A of 0, pa? What is the value in A of 0? As I told the example, no?
5.
5. 5 equal to A of 1. A of 1, what is the value in A of 1?
10.
10. 5 equal to 10. Condition is true or false?
False.
False. 5 equal to 1. 5 and 10 will be not equal. So it's false. So the condition is true or false. Here, the condition will be come under true or false. Condition is false. So what happens? It will go to, it will not execute this one. It will just do this. It will just return true. Next iteration, it will go here. So here, it will iterate the inner for loop. So inner for loop, the I value will be incremented. So I value will be, last time it's 1. So I value will be 1. 1 plus 1 now 2. So A of I value will be remaining 0 equal to A of J value will be incremented to 2. So A of 0 equal to A of 2. What is the value in A of 0? What is the value in A of 0? Students, can you tell me what is the value in A of 0?
5.
5. 5 equal to A of 2. What is the value in A of 2?
15.
15. So 5 equal to 15. Condition is true or false?
False.
False. So it will iterate the same for loop, inner for loop again. So inner for loop will be, I value will be 2 plus 1. So previously I value is 1 and again it will be incremented to 2. Now we are executing for the third time. Now it's 2 plus 1. It's 3 now. 3 less than n minus 1. Condition is true because n minus 1 is 4. 3 less than n. Those condition is true. So here again it will come to the if condition. A of 0 equal to A of 3. What is the value we are having in A of 3? What is the value we are having in A of 3?
20.
20. So A of 0 remaining same. A of 0 is 5. 5 equal to 20. Condition is false. So it will go to the inner for loop again. So inner for loop, what it will do? It will just execute the statement. Now I value will be incremented to what? Can you tell me? Last time, what is the current I value? What is the current I value now?
4, sir.
4, because last time it was 3 and it will be incremented to 4. So 4 will be stored in J. So here there was a mistake here, students. J equal to J plus 1 have to given here. It's not I actually.
I plus.
So, yeah, it will be because every time this value will be incremented and it will be just storing here. So I value will be remaining same. I value will be taken from the outer for loop and J value will be incremented every time here. So in the last iteration it will be 4. So A of 4. A of 4 value will be what actually? A of I will be remaining same. So that is 5 equal to A of 4. What is A of 4 actually? A of 4 value what I told?
50.
15. A of 5. A of 0 is 5. 5 equal to 15. Condition is false. So what happens? It will go to the inner for loop. Now the J value becomes 4. It will become 5 and N value is 4. So condition is false because it should not exceed the limit of the array. The array limit is 4. If it is exceeding the limit, the condition will become false. So it will go to the outer for loop again. Now outer for loop, I value will be 0. Now it will be incremented to 1. Now I value will be incremented to 1. Again it will come to the inner for loop. Okay. Now we are having 1 plus 1 because I value will be incremented. So it will be 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 it will be 2. So 2, J value will be 2. Now we will come to the if condition. A of 1 equal to A of 2. So what is the value in A of 1? Previously we checked with the first position of the array. Now we are checking with the second position of the array. So A of 1 equal to A of 2. So can you tell me what the value in A of 1 and what the value in A of 2? What the value in A of 1, students?
10.
10. What the value in A of 2?
15.
15. So 10 equal to 15. Condition is false. So we are iterating the inner for loop again. I value become previously what is I value? I value is 1. So 1 plus 1 it will be 2. 2 will be stored in J. So A of 2. A of 2 here it will be A of 2. Sorry, what is the J value previously actually? J value will be 2, no? So I value will be incremented here. 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 plus 1, here it is 3. So A of 1 equal to A of 3. A of 1 equal to A of 3, it will check actually. A of 1 is what? What is the value in A of 1? We are having 10. A of 3, what we are having? A of 3 we are having as
20.
20. So both are false actually. It's not matching actually. Again it will go here. Now it will increment the value. What the value previously we are having? 3. Now it's 3 plus 1, 4. A of 1 equal to A of 4. A of 1 equal to A of 4 we are checking. A of 1 is 10. What is the value in A of 4? 15. 10 equal to 15. Condition is false. So it will go to the next inner for loop. Again there will be incrementation 5, but the n size is 4. So it will go to the outer for loop. So when it is exceeding the limit, it will go to the outer for loop. Now outer for loop value will be incremented. So I value will be incremented to 2. Already it was 1. Now it will be incremented to 2. Now J value will be start from 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1, what is the value? 3. So here A of 2 equal to A of 3. What the value in A of 2? A of 2 is
15.
What is the value in A of 2? 15. Equal to A of 3. What is the value in A of 3?
20.
20.
20.
So 15 equal to 20. Condition is false. Next iteration will go for the inner for loop. Inner for loop. Now it will be incremented. So now it will be already 2 plus 1 we made. Now it's 3 plus 1. So mean by 3. here the I value becomes 2. We made 2 plus 1. So A of 3 we made actually. Now the value will be 3. 3 plus 1, it will be 4. So A of 2 equal to A of 4. A of 2 equal to A of 4, whether the condition is true or false, students?
True.
A of 2 equal to A of 4. A of 2 value is what?
15.
A of 4 value is what?
15.
15. So the condition come to true or false? 15
True.
equal to 15. Condition is true. So in this time it will return false. So only one distinct value. Mean by only one same value is there. Remaining all distinct value. So here we are just checking whether it is same or not. So only one time it will return false. Remaining all time it's returned true. That was the algorithm we written for. So the same array we are checking all the elements. We are splitting the array in two types. We are iterating with use of two for loops, outer for loop and inner for loop, and we are identifying whether the array values, array elements are having same value or distinct value. Now we are writing the worst case for this particular thing that we are denoting with big theta of n square. So big theta of n square is the worst case for this particular uh, algorithm. So they are writing two for loops. As I told, they are writing two for loops and they are expanding that. Whatever the algorithm notation they used, that the same thing they are implementing here and identifying that big theta of n square for the given algorithm. Next to that, we are having the last one, that is to be matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication, I hope you all know in your C programming for some thing. Did you done matrix multiplication in your C program lab, students? Matrix multiplication you done in C program lab, no?
No, sir.
No, not done. You have
No,
matrix
sir.
addition. You have matrix addition. Matrix
Sir,
addition
this
in
was
your
there
C.
in syllabus, sir, but we didn't have college, no, sir, last year.
Okay, you got the program of matrix multiplication. Okay. Okay. If I
Sir,
have
last
time, I
slide.
will explain the matrix multiplication in Java program. When we have
Sir,
lab tomorrow, yeah, tell me.
last slide you show, sir, once.
Yeah,
Sir, there initially we will take I on the no, sir, for updating the value of j for
yeah.
second for loop. We will take
Mm.
initially what is the value of I, that only we will take. Afterwards, we will go on applying increase in j, no, sir.
Yeah, we are increasing j value.
Then what is the code, sir, for that? For
So
initial.
here the entire code is not given. This is the way the algorithm represents. When you are writing code, we will make the things in detailed manner. Here, this is for whatever the entire program code they just made in a 4 lines of algorithm. Every detailed thing will not come here. Your question is the I value will be incremented. First time the I value will be 0. That
Initially it will
the
be 0,
0
sir.
will go
Then
here. Yeah, 0 will go here. 0 plus 1 will come here. 0 plus 1, that is 1. That will be updated in j.
that will be updated in j, and j in the next step we will take
J
the
will
value of
be
j.
changing every time. J will be
Uh,
changing every time.
yes, sir.
Like that, it's going actually.
Mm.
What's your doubt actually? Am I cleared your doubt?
Yes, sir. You cleared, sir. But the code is wrong.
Yeah, there is a mistake in the algorithm. I told that because every time the j value has to come here. So when you are
You,
updating
but
j value has
initially,
to be
we will take
initially
only I.
I, but every
Mm.
time it will be updated with j only. So here
Mm.
you have to give j value has to be declared as 0 and j plus 1 they have to give here. That's not I plus 1. That what the modification I told
Yes,
while
sir.
explaining this. Here it have to come with j plus 1. J has to be declared as 0 initially.
Yes, sir.
But every time when you are modifying the I value, it has to become, there was a mistake in the algorithm that has to be rectified. I hope the algorithm everyone understand. I will rectify the error and I will give the correct algorithm for the study material. Let's move for the third one, matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication, we are having two-dimensional array. When we are coming for matrix multiplication, it's come with a two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array mean by what? We are just having array of A and array of B. So row of A will be multiplied with the column of B. Like that, second row of A will be multiplied with column of second column of B. Like that, vice versa, we will do the multiplication process. For this, we have tried the algorithm. Multiplies two square matrix of order n by the definition based algorithm. So we have to take two square matrix of order n. So 2 cross 2 matrix or 3 cross 3 matrix you have to decide. So 2 cross 2 matrix mean by 2 rows and 2 columns you will have. 3 cross 3 matrix mean by 3 rows and 3 columns you will have. According to the rows and columns of the matrix, we have to decide the input. So input may be n cross n matrix for A and B. So as I told, if it is through 2 cross 2 or 3 cross 3, whatever it may be, according to that, we have to decide the algorithm. So that are the inputs for the algorithm. And we are having output. Output is what? The resultant matrix C. C is equal to A into B. They are giving A, B. So A dot B, they are giving A dot B mean by multiplication of A into B. That is to be A dot B. So that will be stored in C, the resultant matrix C. While you are making your matrix multiplication, we need 3 for loops. Why we need 3 for loops? I will tell you the formula for matrix multiplication. The formula for matrix multiplication is C of ij is equal to C of ij plus A of ik into B of kj. Keep in mind, C is the resultant matrix. C of ij is equal to C of ij plus A of ik into B of kj. So this is the formula for matrix multiplication. For making this particular formula, we need 3 different for loops. The first for loop will be deal with I, second for loop for j, third for loop for k. So 3 for loops you have to make so that we can execute our formula. So first for loop we are writing as most outer for loop, that is to be for I tends to 0 to n minus 1 do. So I tends to 0 to n minus 1 do, we are making the first outer for loop, most outer for loop. Then first inner for loop. First inner for loop, what we are making for j is equal to j tends to 0 to n minus 1 do. So this second for loop we are making j is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Then what we are doing, C of ij. C of ij is a resultant matrix for all resultant matrix position. If it is 2 cross 2 matrix, all the position we are initializing as 0.0. So that what they are making, C of ij tends to 0.0, they are making the third step. The next inner for loop we are making as k tends to 0 to n minus 1 do. So for k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 they are making. Then finally they are making the particular formula. The formula, as I told you, C of ij is equal to C of ij plus A of ik into B of kj. So this is the first value that will be multiplied with the first column of the B. Second row of the B, A value will be multiplied with second column value of the B. Like that will do the multiplication and that will be stored in the first position. So for this particular operation we need the 3 for loops, and all the 3 for loops will be executed like this, and we are initializing the resultant matrix with 0. So understanding of this particular algorithm, when we are going to the program, I will show you the matrix multiplication program in Java tomorrow, and I'll explain the program after our lab exercise. So while seeing the program only, you can able to understand how the matrix multiplication works. So as of now, you just understand the algorithm of matrix multiplication. Here, the time complexity will be increased because we are using 2-dimensional array. So our time complexity will be increases. You see the difference. Big theta of n we are having when we are having a single array. When we are dealing in the first exercise, we dealt with a single array and we are identify the largest element. For that we are comparing with the single array. For that the time complexity and space complexity will become as C of n is equal to big theta of n. When you are going for multiple array, because you are checking the unique elements, we are dealing with 2 arrays. In that case, we are giving us big theta of n square. We are making us n square because we are dealing with two arrays. We are single array only. We are taking for 2 times, so that we are making us n square. So here in the matrix multiplication, let's see the time complexity. The time complexity for matrix multiplication will become like this. So what will be the matrix multiplication time complexity? So it will be C suffix m plus C suffix a into n cube. 2-dimensional array we are dealing with, and we are making multiple 3 times we are calling the same array. How we are calling? C of ij is equal to a of ik into b of kg. So 3 times 3 different arrays we are dealing with, so that we are making n cube as a time complexity. So n cube is the particular complexity for this algorithm. So that's what you have to understand from today's class. So today's class I explained with 3 different algorithms. So the time complexity we are made. Now I will give you an exercise. Try to write the algorithm for that and find the time complexity for that and send me. Whether it is n square or O of n or O of n square or O of n cube, big theta of n square n or n cube that you have to identify. The algorithm, what you have to write is identify matrix addition for 2 matrices. Identify matrix addition for 2 matrices. You just try to write the algorithm for matrix addition and send me the algorithm in Google Classroom. I will create a exercise. In that exercise, you please respond. The same way for the first video, what I shared, Java video. See the exercise and share me the response in the exercise thing. Google Classroom, I will create 2 exercises. One for this algorithm, matrix addition. Another one for the Java exercise program. And try to install the NetBeans for tomorrow's lab. Everyone must install without fail. That will be very much useful for executing your programs, because by seeing the explanation you will not able to understand. I need the exercise results. After executing the program, you have to share the output in the particular exercise response. So everything we have to deal with the Google Classroom. I will check your response. You have to make the proper response. Lab marks will be awarded according to the responses what you are making. Okay, so please be aware of DAA lab. DAA lab needs of Java program. DAA lab needs of the knowledge in basic algorithms, and you have to solve some program and algorithms. So try to do it properly. So go through the lecture videos and try to solve the exercises. Any doubt, students, in this today class, please ask me. I will try to answer the questions. Any doubts in today's class? Did you understand? Anybody have doubts?
Sir, I have doubt in big omega, big in those things. I have doubt, sir.
Yeah. I will show the particular PPT. So according to the growth of the particular algorithm, we have 3 different notations: big O, big omega, and big theta. Further, we are having little o is not there in all the cases. Mainly, we are dealing with big O, big omega, and big theta. In these 3 notations, big O function will be represented in this way. When the function t of n is said to be big O of g of n, then t of n will be belongs to big O of g of n. So t of n is bounded above by some constants multiple of g of n for all large n if there exists some positive constant c and some non-negative integers n suffix o such that we can represent the big O exercise as t of n less than or equal to c of g of n for all the cases. We are having single g of n in this big O way. When we are having the second case, that is big omega, we are having t of n greater than or equal to c of g of n for all the cases. T of n is bounded below the some positive constant that is multiple of g of n. So here, when you are seeing big O, first diagram you can see. So big O notation, you can see the diagram of T of n will be somewhat near to the C of G of n. So in this case, we are having big O notation. When we are coming to big omega, the big omega will be somewhat parallelly reaching the T of n. C of G of n, the general function will be just somewhat near to T of n. So in this case, we are going for big omega. So big omega will be represented in this form. So big omega will be represented as T of n greater than C of G of n. So T of n value will be greater than or equal to C of G of n. When you are going for a big O, it is less than C of G of n. So T of n is less than or equal to C of G of n. So these are the two major difference when you are taking with big O and big omega. When you are coming for big theta is the last one. So big theta notation, we are having two general functions, C1 of G of n less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to C1 of C2 of G of n. You can interchange that. So two general functions we are having. So C1 of G of n less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to C1 of C2 of G of n. So our diagram will be goes like this. We are having two general functions. In between our T of n will be there. So two functions we have to deal with in big theta notation. When you are having such a problem, we are going with big theta. So the three notations, you should know the difference. The first notation, big O and big omega and big theta. Big O, as I told, T of n will be the function T of n will be less than or equal to C of G of n. And the second one for big theta, it will be big omega, it will be the function that will be greater than T of n greater than or equal to C of G of n. And the third one what we are having is big theta. Big theta, we are having two general functions, C of G of n less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to C1 of G of n. Mean by C2 of G of n less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to C1 of G of n. You can rewrite this as rewrite this particular function as C1 of G of n less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to C2 of G of n. So this basic formula you understand now. When you are having the exercise with use of all these three things, you will came to know how exactly this big omega, big theta, and big O will work out. When you are having the T of n is less than or equal to C of G of n, you have to go for big O. When T of n is greater than equal to C of G of n, you have to go for big omega. When you are having two general functions, C1 of G of n less than or equal to T of n less than or equal to C2 of G of n, you have to go for big theta. This understanding you have as of now. When you are solving the problem, we will apply this particular formula so that we can able to understand the depth meaning of these three notations. I will give you the difference of all these three notations in the real-time example in the next class. So you will understand somewhat better of all three notations in the next class. So students, I will wind up this class for today's session. So please install the NetBeans software and go to that video what I shared with you and try to understand the exercise, try to understand the video lectures, and meanwhile write the algorithm for matrix addition and share in the Google Classroom. Both you share in the Google Classroom. I will create the exercise link in the Google Classroom. In that, please respond. Thank you, students. Thank you very much.